So first thing you need to do is find some frames that you like, and you're gonna take the glass out. We're gonna spray the white vinegar on one side, grab this really cool stuff by Rust-Oleum and go over top. By using your paper towel and dabbing, it's going to create a design. Spray an even coat of the black paint. We're gonna put our glass back into the frames. How beautiful is that? It looks like you bought it from an antique store. First, you're gonna take some soft, thick rope and cut it into 7-inch strips, and you're going to uncoil it, fold it in half, and take the loop side and pull it through the last ring. Pull that through the loop and pull it taut, and just keep adding your tassels all the way around. Take some hot glue. You're going to add a mirror to the center of this. Next, you're going to take one piece of rope, glue that right up against the top of the tassels. Now you're going to take a piece of twine, and I put some hot glue on the end. Continue stringing the beads. Then you're going to tie off your little bead necklace and then hot glue that into place. Look how beautiful that is. It looks so high-end and very boho chic.
Before applying my moss to my mirror, I want to make sure that it is very well cleaned. And I'm going to layer my moss in first. I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue. Then I'm going to stick in my moss right over top of the hot glue, leaving one corner without moss. This is a mirror though that I can leave up all year long and enjoy in my home.
I'll be using some mirrors for this project, and you'll want to separate them out and decide which way you want them. Pull the mirror out. So I'm gonna be using just chalk paint. Brush the frame. Okay, now that they've had time to dry, I'm gonna put them in the shape that I'm going to want to use them in. I'm gonna take the mirrors now and I'm gonna stick them back into the frames. And now I need to use an adhesive. I'm going to put some on one edge, and then I'm gonna stick those together until all the mirrors are glued together. I'm also gonna reinforce it with some tape. Lots of hot glue on there. And then I'm gonna put this foam core board on the back. So now I'm gonna take these strips and I'm gonna place them. They'll be able to adhere to the wall. Here's the final piece all hung out, and it's a great statement piece.
I scored this mirror at a yard sale. I've already kind of taken it apart. I'm just taking a 220 grit sanding paper, revealing more glass on the back, and just wipe up this dust. And this primer is just gonna make sure we have good adhesion. We are actually gonna decoupage this frame, and I'm just gonna trim this while it's over the frame. This is gonna be our anchor for the whole piece. So I'm just gonna use random pieces, you guys. We just wanna have some little peekaboos coming through. Trim off any decoupage paper. Drop the mirror into the frame. Then we'll come back and show you guys the frame in the space.
I took out all of my butterflies and I took some metallic gold spray paint.
We're gonna put a little bit of hot glue, and I kind of want to hide the frame a little bit. We're gonna attach it to my circular mirror that I have here. I'm going to flip this over. I'm gonna let that dry here for just a moment. And then
I'm really happy with how this mirror turned out.
I'm going to take this mirror that I picked up at my local thrift store. I am then going to take these half sphere wooden balls, and they fit very nicely here. Once I'm happy with how they are being arranged, I'm going to bring in some glue. So I'm just continue arranging them and just take a Q-tip and clean up any extra glue that has oozed out. I let this set for a good 2 hours. I love this boho vibe that this gave to a cheap thrifted mirror.
So I've taken the mirror out. I've got all my paints laid out. So I'm going to paint each section in this order. Just kind of mingling the paint together. Highlight the whole mirror with this metallic copper paint. Here is my finished mirror. Look at that, it's so much fun.
Take one of those simple $7 stand-up mirrors that you can get. What we did was we brought some Mosaic tile, just take a razor knife, trim them off, and they're ready to go. You just lay it right down, right through the middle there. You're just gonna go ahead and just lay it down in there, get your perfect spacing. Once our glue has dried, wipe the grout across the grout lines just like that. And you're just gonna brush it off just a little bit. And there it is, our final project.
So we have this picture frame that I picked up and removed the backer and the glass. Fold over one of your corners of the paper. Just cut on the crease there. I am taking an Iron Orchid Design decor stamp set, guys. I am coming in a little bit from the glass, and then I'm going to press down on my stamp to pick it up. I am just going for a very vintage subdued kind of look, and I'm going to apply this to my stamp, guys. And I'm going to place this just like that. And there you have it. You've created the mitered corners, right? 50-50 mix of water and vinegar. A few spurts here and there on the glass. You just want to do some light coats, guys, of the black. Fairly even coat across the back side. But isn't that a cool, unique look?
All you gotta do is grab a block of wood to suspend a mirror above some cardboard, and we're gonna use a 2-part epoxy. Start adding some color. When adding acrylic, you want to use as little as possible. Go ahead and take about the bottom third to bottom half of the mirror and just lay it over. Now, when it comes to blue, we're gonna lay it right next to the white, and then we're gonna finish it off with the gold on the bottom. We're gonna start tilting the mirror towards us. What I'm gonna do is grab a straw and I'm gonna start blowing on it just to smooth it out a little bit. And I'm gonna go right over the white there. Start blending and getting the bubbles out. And it gives you kind of that ocean wavy look.
I went ahead and hot glued a rope on the back to hang from the wall. And just look at those colors.
We need to use laser print, and now I have cut around all the flowers and I've got rid of all the white paper background. I'm going to use some gel medium. This is gloss. You can use gloss or matte. I'm now going to stick it onto the mirror and just smooth it out. I've taken a microfiber cloth, wet this top surface of paper. We're going to rub away the very top surface of the pulp. All the pulp is removed and they are completely dry. Here is my finished mirror. I'm really happy with how this worked out.
So we're gonna start this project with a pizza pan. These are little mirrors. So I want this to be centered. We are gonna take our smaller rope, trying to go a little lighter on the hot glue. So yeah, we're gonna keep going with this. Now that we've done about 3 rotations around the mirror, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. We're gonna take our nautical cotton rope. I'm actually gonna unravel it. I'm gonna go ahead and continue the gluing process. Okay, so now that this bigger piece has been applied, all right, so now we are gonna keep going around with my smaller cord. I'm using a piece of faux leather, basically just glue right on top here. I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna finish it off on the back. And there you have it. Here is my boho chic mirror in my office. I'm completely obsessed with it. I love it. It was very easy to make.
First, I went to Home Depot and grabbed a piece of regular plywood. I also grabbed 2 2x8s to use as a cross brace on the back of the plywood. I centered the plywood over the braces. I then began cutting my lattice strips to size. Once all the pieces were cut, I began securing them into place with 1-inch brad nails. Once all the pieces were cut, I then began spray painting. I secured each mirror. This mirror is extremely heavy, but it came out beautiful.